Hey all, welcome back to the channel. My name is Taylor and today we're going to talk about all the new monitors and laptops that were announced at CES last week because they have a very special thing in common, which is high refresh rate monitors and displays and color accurate displays. That was the theme of CES and we're going to explore that because that particular area of gaming is so awesome. I love high refresh rate displays and high resolution and color accurate displays. That combination is very exciting. So we're going to explore the monitors first and kind of talk about them. Then we're going to talk about the laptop side of things and talk about those displays. And at the end of the video, we're going to talk about what technology is out there this year that really enables all this to be possible. So be sure you watch till the very end so you see that. And if that all sounds good, we're gonna jump right into it. Just as a disclaimer, I am not sponsored by any of the products in this video. No company had any say in this video. It was completely funded by myself. Any links I post in the description are not affiliate links. All right, let's continue. All right, so the first monitor we're gonna look at is the Asus ROG Strix PG27AQDM. Say that 5 times fast. Woo, that is a mouthful, but it is an OLED 240Hz screen, 27 inches, 1440p, and this thing looks phenomenal. Look how beautiful that looks. The bezels look super thin, although that could be a marketing render. Sometimes they exaggerate the bezels, so I'm kind of taking this with a grain of salt, but it does look very nice based on that picture. And it is OLED, it has a peak brightness of 1000 nits, and it has HDR 99% coverage, DCI-P3, which is going to make it awesome for content creation and making videos, and it has a response rate of 0.03 milliseconds response time. That is pretty awesome. So all those combined, OLED 240Hz, 1440p, I expect this is going to be a pretty awesome monitor, and it also has some custom heatsink to pull heat away from the display, and that's going to be very important to reduce OLED burn-in. The next monitor is the 27-inch LG UltraGear. I'm not even going to attempt to say the model name, but here it is, and it is an OLED 240Hz monitor, 1440p. This one is actually out now. You can buy it, and there's the price right there. Ooh, it's steep, but it is high refresh rate, it is 1440p, and it has a peak brightness of 200 nits in standard definition, and then it can go up to like 1000 in high definition. There are reviews out there on this, so be sure to check those out. I don't have this monitor personally, so I can't give a review on it, but there's a lot of good reviews out there on this monitor, so you can kind of see what this is like, and it kind of dips your toes into where these monitors are going for this year. So that's really exciting to see. The next monitor is the Acer Predator series of monitors. We have the X27U, which on their site, they don't really have a lot of information on it, but apparently this is going to be a very similar panel, if not the exact same panel as the one that we saw in the LG UltraGear. The price might be different though, so that's what you can look forward to with the X27U. There's also the X45, which is also a 240Hz monitor. It is OLED, yes, and it has an 800R curve, and it's 45 inches. Like, oh my gosh, this display, that's going to be a pretty awesome display, but it's not going to be cheap though. They don't have any prices listed, but I suspect this one is going to be pretty pricey. All right, lastly, we have the absolutely insane Samsung Odyssey OLED G9. It is a 49-inch 1800R curved display with a 32:9 ratio. It is a QD OLED display, so it's going to get very bright, and this is going to be really awesome. If you're a video editor, this is going to be an insane display, but it's going to be pricey. That's for sure. So now let's go ahead and take a look at some really neat stuff, the laptops for 2023. Okay, the first laptop I want to look at is the Asus ROG Strix Scar 16 and the 18 because these are really awesome. So here I have the 16 pulled up, and it has the 4090 and the 4080. All these laptops I'm going to talk about have the 4080 and the 4090. And that's going to be pretty important at the end. But the display is a Quad HD 16:10 display. Finally, in gaming laptops, you're seeing more and more switch to 16:10. It is the ratio that is on the MacBooks, and it's awesome. It's an awesome ratio. 16:10 is a great ratio. It has a DCI P3 color rating of 100%, so it's going to be very color accurate, great for content creation. 240 Hz refresh rate, a millisecond response time of 3 milliseconds. It's a little on the high side, but it has a mini LED screen. This is awesome because this is kind of the in-between between IPS and OLED. Mini LED kind of fits in between with better contrast, better darks, higher lights, more of an HDR kind of feel to the picture. It's the panels that are on the MacBook Pro 14 and 16, and those panels look stunning, so I am very excited to see mini LED displays. It also has G-Sync. So let's take a look at the 18-inch. So this is an 18-inch display, still 16:10, and it has a lot of the same specs, except it is IPS, so you're not getting that mini LED, which is kind of the trade-off you get when you go to this bigger 18-inch screen. Next we have the Lenovo Legion Pro 7 and 7i. The I is indicative of Intel, but here we have the screens. They're both 16 inches. They are both 16:10, so that's our second laptop we've looked at that's 16:10. Matte, non-touch, they are IPS displays, and they have 240 Hz, 3 millisecond response time, VRR support. That is interesting. That's the technology that's in the PlayStations, the variable response rate. Very cool to see. 500 nits, that's a very good brightness, and 100% sRGB, so it will be good for content creation. Next we have the MSI Raider GE78HX, which is an absolute monster of a laptop. Like, this thing is ridiculous. It has a 17-inch Quad HD display. That resolution, 1600, that is 16:10, so this is another 16:10 ratio, and it is 240 Hz IPS. There's not really much more detail other than that, but it's a pretty great screen. Next we have the Alienware X16, and it was kind of hard to find information on this laptop. They did announce it at CES, and I found this website, WEPC, that kind of had some details on it, but it is going to be a 1600p screen resolution, which is another 16:10 display. You see that there. 16 inches, 3 millisecond response time, G-Sync, and of course it will be 240 Hz, so that's another one. This next one is the one I'm super excited for. This is the Razer Blade 16 and the Razer Blade 18. And let's take a look at the 16, because the 16 has something that I've never seen before in any other laptop screen up until this point, and I think it's super exciting. So if we look at this one, it has a Quad HD 240 Hz monitor, 240 Hz screen. It's a RTX 4060, but that's fine. Let's look at the 4080. So same thing, Quad HD 240 Hz screen, IPS. So that's similar to what we've seen on the other ones. But now we look at the 4090, and it has a dual UHD, full HD, mini LED screen. So now what this means is that you can choose to have a Ultra HD resolution, which is 4K resolution at 125 Hertz. I think that's what, 120 Hertz. I think that's what it is. 120 Hertz 4K mini LED screen, or you can switch that same screen to full HD and get a 240 Hertz refresh rate with mini LED, and they're native resolutions on one screen. It's wild, and it's mini LED. This is a super exciting screen. I'm really interested to see how this works. I'm really interested to get more information on this. I would really like to own this, but I don't know. It seems like it's going to be pretty expensive, but that is a very interesting screen. The 18-inch, unfortunately, just has a Quad HD 240 Hz screen. It doesn't have that cool mini LED switching technology. I mean, it's still a good screen. It's 18 inches. It's going to be 16:10. The 16-inch model is going to be 16:10 too. So all these displays are 16:10. So then now, why is everyone advertising these 16x10 240Hz screens, OLED, these mini LED technologies, color accuracy? What is really driving all this? Well, content creation has picked up a lot. Gaming on high refresh rate monitors has picked up a lot. And the 1440p resolution has been really going strong. It's a great resolution, and 240 hertz is a great refresh rate to be gaming at. And a lot of this is powered by the new NVIDIA graphics cards. There's a reason I've been covering the 4080 and the 4090 mobile chips, because they're really powerful. We have the RTX 4090 mobile pulled up here, and it has very similar specs to the desktop RTX 4080. It has the same number of CUDA cores here, 9,728. It has lower clock speeds and lower memory clock speeds, but that's to be expected because these are mobile chips. They're not going to be as fast as the desktop variants, but just know that the mobile 4090 does not align with the desktop 4090. It more aligns with the desktop 4080. I mean, they're very similar specs. There's also the mobile RTX 4080, which is going to be a little slower. It has a little bit lower memory at 12 gigabytes. Strangely, this says that this has GDDR6X, so I don't know. This information is kind of up in the air at this point because these graphics cards were just announced, so don't take this as gospel, but these might change a bit. Wait for the benchmarks, but yeah, this one is going to perform a little less. I predicted that this is not going to be able to hit those high 240 hertz screens, so maybe you want to consider a lower hertz refresh rate screen for this specific chip. If you do that, these monitors and these laptops are going to be awesome on the used market come 2024 and 2025 because they're going to have all this amazing tech in them for more reasonable prices. These are all cutting edge tech. They're going to be expensive, so just be very mindful how you spend your money, because these things they already said that the 4080 and the 4090 laptops are going to start at $2,000, which means they're going to be significantly higher than that. So just be mindful. This stuff is really cool and it's great to look forward to, but spend your money wisely. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.